Assetto Corsa Competizione is actually quite accessible these days. I loaded up the game, I clicked the first lobby, I've joined it, and I'm in a 17 car grid here at Monza, 20 minutes. I think it's part of like a European league that I've stumbled across. I'm running no setup. I've just entered in my McLaren 720S, and we're going to see if we're going to have a good race. I'm really excited to see this because this is Monza. Monza is the Cathedral of Chaos. It's an open lobby. And on Gran Turismo 7, you know, if I was doing that on PS5, there'd be lots of carnage. On iRacing, wouldn't be quite much fun. So is ACC going to be the sweet spot? Let's find out. Here we go, trying to roll to the line. Go, 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 go. Oh, see how we're going to do. Big carnage ahead. I'm going to brake. Well, we did call it the Cathedral of Chaos. Oh, we almost made everything. And by the way, I want to say a big thank you to GT Omega for sponsoring the video. Big news, by the way. I'm racing on a GT Omega Prime rig. Absolutely rock solid. I'm running on the new pedal plate, which is insane. It's like taking it to another level. But GT Omega have launched a Prime Light rig. You can get a full-on 80/20 aluminium rig for £330 without a seat. That is insane value. Go check it out, gtomega.com, and if you do decide to purchase anything, make sure you use the code KIRETH5 at checkout and get yourself 5% off. Thank you so much, GT Omega. That is a real game changer, that rig. Now, coming in here, not sure what position we are at the moment. Trying to avoid the curbs here. Went a little bit too deep. We're behind a Ferrari. Looks like we might be in P7 from starting. Well, we didn't qualify, so we must have started pretty much stone dead last. Do we have some light damage on the front? I think that contact was right front. So right side of the car. Let's see if we can get after Mullen here. Monza obviously a track that I do know quite well. Car is feeling pretty good, I've got to be honest. Looks like we've got Ferrari and then BMW, and then another Ferrari had then BMW. No McLaren's in sight. Coming into Ascari. Gonna go down to third here. Ferrari's gone a little bit deep. Compromise a bit on the apex. I'm going to compare it out. Oh, went over that curb. Very easy to lose it there in ACC. And we've got a Lamborghini coming up fast. I am actually decide to go defensive here. Shepherd him to the outsides. Obviously we have the radar in ACC in a very nice position where you can see it. And the McLaren's turning really nicely there, I have to say. He might have been going for a little bump drive there, I don't know. It looks like we are losing a bit of speed down the straight, I suspect. There goes a Lamborghini, side by side. And the Ferrari's trying to get past the BMW. Into the braking zone about 150. Getting very close there. It's 2x2. I'm just going to make sure that we all get through here alive. Stamp on the power now. The Lambo is definitely a man on the mission. Or a lady on a mission. What's the equivalent of man on the mission for a lady? Or woman, I should say. Made a big mess of that, haven't I? Right, here we go. In P8. And see if anyone's going to outbrake themselves here. A little bit of lag, maybe. A jitter. I feel like ACC is a game where you do... Oh, no! Severe damage now. Now, let me know in the comments, by the way, what you think about that. I'm not the sort of driver who, because I race in real life, I'm not just going to pull over at the slightest sort of hint of contact, but obviously he did have a moment ahead of us and then we sort of fishtailed him round. So let me know, what would you do in that position? And be honest, by the way. Be honest, let me know, and then we'll see what the consensus is. So now we have severe damage on the front. Right, I took a short trip from Monza to Misano because the car was too damaged. So we're here at Misano in ACC for a 20-minute race. And again, we were taken out on lap 1, but no damage. We just had a little spin. And we're going to see if we can come through on the back nose. Same kind of setup here in the McLaren 720S. No special setup at all. It's an open lobby. There's 23 drivers in here, of which we are 23rd. Misano, very tricky track, especially when the tyres aren't fully up to temperature. Here's an Audi rejoining. We're going to go past here, reclaim a position. How can we do in this race at a track that I'm not, at this moment in time, it's not my most familiar track. It's not as familiar as Monza, for example. So we run a bit deep there. But we can see a BMW and then a GCR just ahead of us. Can we get in the slip? Looks like the BMW thought about going for it. This one opens up onto a very fast straight, a long straight I should say. We got a little bit of sideways on the entry, 2.5 seconds to the BMW. I find in ACC, by the way, the clock for me ticks down so quickly because it's so involving. Just every corner is a new and fresh challenge, which I really enjoy. Very fast series of corners there. Then it slows down here for this right-hander. It's a 90 degree, yeah, almost a hairpin that one, isn't it? And then the kink, just a little lift. And then the final 90 degree left-hander to get onto the home straight where everyone runs wide here and uses that curbing. So we've taken about 7/10 out of the guy ahead. Tricky section of corners at the beginning. Want to get as close as possible to these little sausages, I find. And then likewise here, this is as slow as you feel like you're going in Misano. Looks like we gained a few positions there, or maybe not, as he's going to rejoin, but we'll go around the outside. Then you've got the double right-hander where I've gone a little bit wide, but you do want to wash out wide there on exit. Cut this one, and this is one of the most fiendish corners, I think, in motor racing, because the amount of times I've ended up on those sausage curbs, I lose track. Right, 6.3 seconds now to 18. Let's see what we can do into the braking zone. Trying to get on this curb here, get a bit more rotation, a bit of camber there to help us out. And there's a series of cars I can see. Let's get into it. Again, another double right-hander, but this one's not as slow as the first one because it goes onto the straight, and I made a big meal of that, I have to say. It was 6.3 seconds. I think we haven't had such a good exit. Wouldn't be surprised if that gap goes up to 6 seconds. Let's see. If they're all going to start tripping over each other, that's going to be dividends for us. Very fast corner here coming up, no lift. And then just want to sacrifice the speed here. Don't run wide on the exit. And, oh, that'll do for us there. Trying to take a late apex. Again, just a lift. Get on that curb. Someone looks like diving to the pits. Going to go down second gear here. Might be a third gear corner, but we do it in second that time. 3.8 second now to 18. Chopping and changing. Someone is in the pits. Again, into the very tight and twisty first part of Misano. Try and just avoid those sausage curbs. Down another gear. Avoid these ones. Now on the power. Feels so slow. Two right-handers we're going to try and turn into one, basically. Washing out there. Cutting this corner. Bit of an early upshift. Flick the car in. Don't go too deep into that corner because then you run out of space. 2.7 seconds now. We've really caught them. Maybe the AMG has some damage. Again, just trying to get on the curb. I feel like you can get on the power. There's so much earlier than I'm doing at the moment, but we're catching. P19 at the moment. Is there some sort of comeback on? Oh, I've gone very deep that time. Exceedingly deep. Way too deep. So I'm really struggling at that corner. Really struggling. That's a shame. We would have caught them a bit earlier. But I have a feeling it's only a matter of time. We do get a track limit warning there. Don't want to collect too many of those. Here we come into the flat right-hander. And then probably many different ways so you can scrub the speed there. Here we go. Nice. We should turn a bit earlier for that, and we're catching them again. Again, I haven't done any changes on the setup, so you can see the front left is overheating, and the rear right is underinflated right now. There we go. We're really catching. Just got to not make any mistakes at these sort of tricky corners like this one. That felt better. It looks good on the Delta. The race logic down there is happy as well. 2.1 seconds. Let's not go deep into this. It's always tempting. Try and get on the power early. Right, this is where we've really struggled. The exit to the straight. Can we finally nail it? Let's see. That will do for sure. That will do. 2.1 seconds. 3.9 to 16, already eyeing them up. Can we catch up? Here we go. Commitment corners. I find as you get closer to cars, obviously you do get the slipstream benefit, but more than that, there is a sort of invisible pulley, it seems, that just attaches onto the car at the head and just wheels you along, I find, especially in karting as well, as your brain subconsciously sort of knows what to do when you're close, when to push it, when not to push it. Trying to find a little bit of a rhythm now, just pushing out there a little bit too early. Slow car ahead, possibly good news for us. Yeah, we can see him there. Using all of that curb and then some. There's a queue of cars now I can see. As soon as we're close, we'll be making some moves. A little bit narrow there. Not kind of gracefully arcing round and getting a nice exit. In fact, we're going to lose a bit of time on the exit, but I suspect we're getting slipstream benefit right now. And I imagine into turn one, we should be very close if we can keep this up. Someone's very wide there. I've also gone a bit wide in sympathy. And here we go, we have arrived. Oh, looks like he had a big moment there, the Lambo. Already half race distance, this is what I mean. Just goes quickly. I'm absolutely loving ACC right now. On PC as we are here, and also on console as well, I have to say. They've done a really good job in supporting that. Well, what can we do? It's one thing to follow and catch, it's another thing to overtake. That's got to be a track cut, surely, yes. Really racking them up now, playing fast and loose. You can see what I was trying to do there, take as much curve of that as possible. A little bit wide there, in the middle of the corner. We'll get a poor exit. So McLaren's made an overtake on the Aston. Maybe people starting to overheat the tyres. Our front left is actually looking pretty optimal right now, and that is a critical tyre around Misano. Think of the punishment it's getting. Bit of a concertina here. Could dive up the inside, but not going to do it right now. Oh, almost contact. ACC, you have to be so careful. Aston goes wide. He'll rejoin. I'll go up the inside here. Oh! Let me know in the comments what we think about that one. It was a late move onto the inside. Was that okay? Was it not okay? Did we get turned in on? Was it just rude? Was it a racing incident? Have your say. I've gone a bit deep here. Almost lost it as well. I don't think we got any damage for that. And he is just there behind us. It's a cracking four-way battle here. Oh, there we go. Went wide. Another track limit. I think the McLaren went wide as well. We've dropped the Aston behind there. Something's happened. Definitely I'm struggling more now getting the car stopped. Oh no, there is the Aston. He's still there.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Very interesting lines there. Three-way fight for P16. What's the McLaren going to do ahead of us? Will he look to go up the inside? Might take my chances here, no. Aston's definitely back. You can really get that feeling in ACC when you pitch on that brake. You do get the rotation. You can't just lift off and get it like you do in something like Gran Turismo. You do really need to use the brake to steer, I find. Very much like karting, real life. Oh. Surely going to go up the inside here. Here we go, of the fellow McLaren.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Pretty nice overtake that one. Can we get into the Beamer? Whoa.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Cut back, switcheroo.
Car on the left.
Fair play, he went for it. Saw it in the mirrors. Almost under the 5-minute mark to go already. So he's pitching the car there. Oh, a bit of contact. Light damage. I don't know where he is. Don't know where he is, but let's see if we can catch up with the BMW again. I felt like we were on a really good streak there. 2.6 to the BMW. Right, can we do this? Can we hunt him round, Mr. Delgado? Let's try everything we've learnt during the course of this race. Struggling there. Is that Delgado? Is he on the... Is that the guy ahead of us? Oh no. Oh no. So I was saying BMW, so it is of course an AMG ahead of us. Right, now's the time to focus. We've lost some time there. Come on. Let's get a good exit onto the straight. That'll do us. 3.2. We know we have a little bit of damage. It's not going to be great down the straight. We don't seem to be losing too much relative to him. Trying to hunt him down, everyone. Try not to slide too much on tyres as well. Still 3.2. We need to do something in the infields.
Sometimes the car in front is sector 2.
Lost a bit too much speed there than I wanted. See if we get a better exit this time. Oh, turning too early. 3.4. Oh, we kind of need him to make a mistake, don't we? .5. Come on, come on. .4. Someone ahead of us has a drive-through. They might be serving it now. That delta's coming down quite a lot. Can't be deceptive in the slower speed corners. You feel like you're getting closer, but it's just the concertina. Kind of matching him. He's done a 37 dead. We're 4/10 slower. It's all a bit tight through there, isn't it? Someone speeding the pit lane, maybe ironically serving a drive-through. Add insult to injury. 3.8, and I think this is going to be the last lap or one more. I don't quite know. Let's see. Oh. Still time for him to run wide and make a mistake. It's been a good battle to get back into it. The 20 minutes here has absolutely flown by. It's been weird, actually, when you're having fun. Oh! No! Almost binned it at the end. Another track limits. Ah, it's been a good dice. Been a good dice, good dice. This is going to be the last lap. So, is ACC accessible? I would say yes. Monza, we had obviously some difficulties, but that was a really fun race at Misano in a open lobby, which I really enjoyed. So, hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you like ACC. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.